name is Kim, and I've been teaching yoga for 15 years. I've put together a beginner session of Hatha Yoga, which will take you through the fundamentals, slow-paced, simple breathing exercises varying in intensity. Yoga means to join. The practice of yoga is a physical meditation, working with breath to join the body and the mind. Through yoga, we can bring the body back to balance, quieting the mind, massaging the organs, toning the muscles, and soothing the nerves. Yoga releases stress and boosts the immune system. Today's lifestyle is either too sedentary or too chaotic. Because of this, our posture suffers. As we get older, bad habits increase, causing back and joint pain and muscle tension. It is important for correct posture and balance that we have as much mobility in our spine and joints as possible. The asanas, yoga postures, keep us flexible in body and mind, stimulating the blood flow and strengthening the muscles, helping to release toxins and remove blockages. Pranayama, the breathing exercises, calm the mind and the nervous system and help to lower our heart rate. Find a space that is clean and well ventilated. You will need a yoga mat to practicing on a hard floor. A towel will be fine if you have carpet. You will also need to wear loose-fitting stretch clothing, preferably made of natural fabrics. Yoga is best practiced on an empty stomach. Try to find the time when you have finished or before you start your chores. And switch off the phone so that you could be free from any distractions. I hope that you enjoy this session and that yoga brings you home. May you find peace within. Namaste.
Let's come into Savasana, lying on the mat face up, legs apart, placing your hands on the abdomen. Let's take 3 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling fully through the nostrils. Just letting go. Inhaling deeply, taking the arms up overhead, stretching through the fingertips and the toes, lengthening all the way through the side body. Inhaling and exhaling deeply. Alternating sides as we stretch and reach through the right and the left, stretching into the waist, reaching and focusing on the breath. As we exhale now, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest. And gently squeeze as you exhale. Inhaling, release. Inhaling, taking the leg all the way up to the ceiling, holding behind the thighs, you point and flex. Using a strap if you would like to fold the leg a little bit closer to the body. Otherwise, just gently pulling thigh closer to the body as we rotate the ankle in one direction and switching to the opposite direction. Inhaling as we flex the foot all the way to the ceiling, stretching the energy right through back of the leg, through the heel, to draw the leg closer to the body. Inhaling, lifting the head and the shoulders. Gently pull your belly button back towards the spine as you breathe and reach and lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, dropping the shoulders. Let's drop the head back down to the floor. Taking your right arm shoulder distance, drop the right knee over to the left side. fix the shoulder blades into the mat as you breathe deeply into the rib cage. Exhaling as you gently let the knee drop over the body. Inhale, bringing the knee back to the center and release, switching sides. The left leg comes into the chest, gently squeezing the knee. Follow the breath. Tucking your chin slightly, relax the back of the neck. Inhaling, taking your leg up to the ceiling. And point and flex, toes up to the ceiling and down to the nose. Rotating all the way, so drawing a circle with the big toe. Switching the opposite direction. And as we inhale, flex the foot, lengthening through the hamstrings as you gently fold the leg closer to the body. Inhaling, lifting the head and the shoulders. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Follow the breath and release. And left arm coming to shoulder height as you let the left leg drop over the right side of the body. Feeling that stretch all the way through the spine, nice twist and rotation. Head looking down the left middle finger. And releasing. Let's bring both legs into the chest, gently rocking from side to side. And we're going to drop the feet down to the floor. Feet are hip distance apart as you press down through the big toe and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeezing the buttocks gently, squeezing the inner thighs as you press down through the shoulders. Long deep breaths into the belly. Slowly releasing back down to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Letting your back relax. Bringing the right ankle onto the left knee. As you hold behind the left thigh, we're going to gently bring the right foot towards the left shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling as you gently open up that right hip. Bringing both feet back down to the floor. Inhaling as we lift the back up. Pressing your hips all the way up to the ceiling. Clasp the hands underneath. As you gently rock in on your shoulders, tuck the chin, squeeze the upper arms. Press the hips all the way up to the ceiling. Press down through the big toe. Feel the inner thighs engage. Breathing deeply into the belly. And releasing, slowly bring the spine back down to the floor. Left knee coming into the chest as we place the ankle onto the right knee. Grabbing underneath the thighs, you gently pull the left foot towards the right shoulder. Inhaling as you create space in the joint. And exhale as you work a little deeper. Let's bring both knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. Taking both legs straight up to the ceiling, hands by the side, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhaling, release the legs and drop the head. Exhaling, lift the head and lift the legs. You could do single leg raises if the back is sore, perhaps pulling on the lower back here. We don't want to feel any tension in the lower back. It's the abdominal muscles that are working. So gently pull the belly button towards the spine, working with the breath. As you exhale, lift, inhaling and release. Hugging yourself tight, tuck the chin into the chest and gently rock from side to side. Flexing the toes and then pulling them towards you. So really strengthening the feet here. Now we're going to roll all the way up and down the spine. Coming up to sitting, using the core muscle group. Make sure you tuck the chin into the chest so that you're not rolling onto the neck. You want to massage all the way through the spine, warming up the spine. Coming up to sitting, soles of the feet together. If your lower back is a little tight here, you may want to sit on a cushion, tucking your pelvis under. Stack the shoulders up over the hips, opening the chest, lengthening from the pubic bone right up through the sternum. You're going to bounce the knees down towards the floor, butterfly. Just letting go, letting the hips open up. Chin stays parallel to the floor. A nice straight back. I'm going to tuck the chin into the chest and roll all the way down through the spine. Bring your forehead towards the feet and your belly relax here. And then just roll all the way back up. Take your hands behind you, fingertips facing forward, push into the palms as you open the chest. Breathing fully into the lungs, allow your head to drop back. Otherwise, keep your chin tucked into the chest. Coming forward, taking the right leg out in front. I'm going to bring your left foot into the knee or up into the crease of the hip, if that's comfortable. Bouncing the left knee down to the floor. And then reaching, stretching through the fingertips, long spine as you exhale forward, keeping the spine long. Reaching forward as you drop the forehead towards the shin, keeping the length in the spine as you inhale. As you exhale, folding gently. Inhale, reach and lengthen all the way up through the fingertips and release. Switching sides, you're going to bring the right foot into the knee or again right up into the crease of the hip as you gently bounce the knee down towards the floor. Opening up that hip. Inhale as we reach and lengthen through the fingertips, long spine. As we exhale, fold forward. And grab a hold of the foot or the leg, wherever the hand reaches. Working with your breath as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale, folding, letting go. Inhaling. Reach and lengthen, creating that space. Taking your legs out long and again press into the palms, open the chest, breathing deeply into the rib cage. Let's sit forward as we pull the fleshy parts away from the bones, arms coming out in front. Exhale all the way forward, inhaling back. Legs are long and strong as you keep the feet flexed. Keep drawing the belly button back towards the spine as you feel that nice massaging through the lower back. Stay in the breath. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to press the palms behind us and bend both knees. Fingertips facing forward, spread the fingers wide as we inhale, press the hips up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop back down to the floor. Inhaling all the way up and exhaling back down. Inhale, open the chest, open the hips. Dropping your head if the neck feels okay, otherwise keep the chin tucked into the chest. Push down through the big toe, feel the inner thighs working. Squeezing your buttocks gently. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time as we lift and release. Wrapping your arms around the knees. Tucking your chin all the way to the chest. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Breathing deeply into the belly. Inhaling all the way back up to sitting, crossing our legs, and again pull the fleshy parts away from the bones, sitting up tall, nice straight spine. As we drop the head to the right, circling all the way around, making a circle with the chin, letting that neck gently loosen. Switching sides, dropping the left ear over to the left shoulder and circling all the way around. Exhaling forward and inhaling all the way up. Feeling the muscles that you're using here, really letting go of any tension in the body. Coming back to the center, long deep breaths. Do alternate nostril breathing here, so sitting up nice and tall, bending the first 2 fingers of the right hand. As we inhale fully, close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhaling right, filling up the lungs, close and exhale left. Inhaling left, close and exhale right. Inhaling right, close and exhaling left. You're going to keep that going, filling the lungs as you inhale fully, exhaling completely. Starting to count your breath. 1, 2, 3, So the inhalation and the exhalation are the same length of time. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the forehead. Really sinking deep into your hips, letting go of any tension in your knees. Just following the breath, filling the lungs completely and exhaling fully. Balancing out the left and the right side of the brain, our reason and our passion. And releasing your hand back down, bringing the breath back to normal breath. Bringing both palms in front of you. As you inhale and lengthen through the spine, exhaling, dropping your forehead down towards the mat. Press your hips down to the floor. Be careful that you're not pulling on the lower back, then nuzzling around in there gently. Just letting your head fold. And inhale, let's come all the way back up to sitting. Arms reaching up overhead as you lengthen through the spine. And then let's bring the fingertips down behind us and push into the palms, opening the chest. Coming forward, right hand on the left knee. Taking your left hand behind you, we're going to twist and rotate all the way around. Look over the left shoulder. Inhaling, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper. Drawing your belly button back towards the spine as you lengthen. Let's come back to the center. Give yourself a counter twist. And then we're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders and twist all the way from left to right. Inhaling and exhaling. Switching sides. Clasping the right knee with the left hand placed gently behind the back. Inhaling, lengthen up through the spine. Exhaling, twisting and rotating, looking over the right shoulder. Working with the breath. And coming gently back to the center. Counter twist. And let's switch the cross of our legs here. Nuzzling down into the hips. Again, palms in front of us as we gently fold, bringing the forehead down towards the mat. Lengthening through the spine, gently opening up the lower back. Inhaling, reach all the way back to the ceiling, creating that lengthened space in the waist. And again, just press into the mat. Open the chest. Coming all the way forward. Let's come onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. Hands are shoulder distance apart, knees are underneath the hips. And just finding your center point. Spread those fingers wide, tucking the toes under as you sit the hips back onto the heels. Really feeling the stretch through the toes. Coming forward as you place the fronts of the foot on the floor, press down through the big toe. And we're going to exhale, tuck the chin, tucking the pelvis, push the floor away, coming into cat. And inhaling, dropping in the middle, sliding the shoulders away from the ears, open the chest, up into cow. Dropping your head back, looking up at the ceiling. Exhaling as we tuck. And inhaling, opening the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So keep drawing your belly button up to the spine as you push the floor away, rounding out the back. Exhaling, pushing, inhaling, opening the heart, dropping the head, and then coming back to the center. Tucking your toes under. Let's press back into a downward facing dog. Make sure you spread those fingers wide, pressing into the palms, tucking your pelvis under. Bring your heels down towards the floor. Pull your knees back gently, lifting up through the thighs. Pull the belly towards the spine. Gently tuck the chin into the chest. Moving from side to side, here you find your center point. Long, deep stretch down the back of the legs. Inhaling, let's take the right leg up to the ceiling. Push down through both palms. The standing leg is straight and strong. Switching sides. Inhaling, left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Press and then release. Let's bring it back down to the floor. And moving around in your posture here as we inhale again, take your right leg all the way up, bend the knee, drop the heel to the buttocks, and then let's open the hips up and look up towards the ceiling underneath your right armpit. And release. Switching sides, left leg all the way up, bending the knee, twist and rotate in the hips, feel the stretch right up the front body, and releasing. Inhaling, let's take the right foot up to the ceiling. Exhaling, bringing the foot all the way to the front of the mat between the hands. Coming onto the fingertips, lengthen through the spine. And place the left hand down on the floor as we twist and rotate around. Right fingers reaching up towards the ceiling. Opening the chest. And release. Bring your right hand inside the right foot. Drop the back foot down to the floor as you reach, keeping the chest open, fingertips touching up towards that ceiling, and then release, palm coming back down to the floor. Drop the knee all the way down to the floor and you move that front foot forward and out, giving yourself some space so we could drop into the hips, coming down onto your elbows if you can, so just sinking deeply, really opening up the hip flexors. And your head come down towards the floor, just letting go. Again, let's come all the way back, coming into a plank position this time, shoulders over the wrists, tuck the pelvis under, push through the heels, lift the belly up, and exhaling, knees, chest and chin coming down to the mat as we inhale, slide through into a cobra position, hips stay down, shoulders away from the ears and elbows in. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Tuck the toes and push the floor away, coming back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing your foot all the way to the front of the mat. Lifting onto the fingertips, lengthen through the spine. And drop the right hand down to the floor as the left arm sweeps all the way around, opening the chest. Really feel this twist and rotation in the waist. And release. Left hand inside the left foot, dropping the heel down to the floor as we twist and rotate, opening the chest, reach through the fingertips, drawing your hips in towards the center of the mat. And then bringing both hands down to the floor, drop the knee at the back. Adjusting your foot at the front, you may want to take it out slightly and up as you drop into this, sinking into the hips, letting go. Bring your head towards the floor. Palms down. Again, let's take the legs all the way back, plank position, nice strong posture, reaching through the crown to the heels. Exhaling, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide all the way through, keep the elbows in. Exhale, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale back to the center and push the floor away, coming into a downward facing dog. Again, inhale, right leg all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it forward, dropping the left knee to the floor, tuck the pelvis. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling, dropping the shoulders away from the ears as you lengthen through the spine and sink through the hips. Exhaling, back bend, open the chest, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale back to the center, palms together, bringing the left elbow outside the right knee. Really lengthening up through the waist as you twist and rotate around, pressing the palms together. And then release, palms coming back to the floor, taking the legs back into a plank position. Exhaling, knees, chest and chin sliding through all the way up into a cobra, and then tucking the toes back into a downward facing dog. Switching sides as we inhale the left leg all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the foot forward, drop the right knee. As we inhale, tuck the pelvis under, draw the belly back, reach up through the fingertips and sink into the hips. Really feeling the hip flexors opening up as we inhale now, lengthen. Exhaling, back bend. Inhale back to the center, palms together, twisting to the opposite side as you bring the right elbow outside the left knee. Looking all the way around and up towards the ceiling. And releasing, palms back to the floor. Take it back into a plank. Exhaling, knees and chest and chin. Inhale, slide through and up, elbows stay in. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back into a downward facing dog. Heels should be coming closer to the floor now, to getting nice and warm. Inhaling, right leg all the way up. Exhale, bring the foot forward. This time we're going to stay up into a low lunge. Okay, so pressing through the back heel. Keep the knee over the ankle. And opening up into a warrior two position. You're going to feel the energy on the outer edge of the back foot, right up into the back hip. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, gently squeeze the shoulder blades together, sinking deeper. Inhaling, lift up through the rib cage. Exhaling, dropping into a back bend. And then release and come forward, bring the right elbow onto the right knee, and then stretch and reach all the way through the left fingertips. And then bringing that left hand back down to the floor, come back into a downward facing dog. Switching sides as we inhale, left leg all the way up to the ceiling and then forward on the exhale. Inhaling, reach into a low lunge, sinking deeper. Twist and rotate that back foot at a 45-degree angle. Draw the knee back towards your little toe and sink. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, reaching through the fingertips. Inhaling, left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop the right hand onto the right thigh. Lift through the front ribs. And exhale, left elbow coming onto the knee as you reach through the right fingertips for the stretch all the way through the body. Right palm coming down to the floor, stepping back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, all the way forward. Inhale, reach all the way up through the fingertips, sinking deep into the hips. Straighten through the front leg. Now we're coming into a Trikonasana, triangle posture. Tuck the pelvis under, Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, reach forward and drop down through the right fingertips, reaching up through the left. You're going to touch the ceiling. Imagine you're in between two panes of glass here. Nice straight posture. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, give me a back bend. And inhale all the way back down to the floor, palms to the mat. Exhale, back into a downward facing dog. Inhaling left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing that foot all the way forward between the hands. Inhale, reach and lengthen through the fingertips. Straightening out that front leg. And coming into Trikonasana on the opposite side. Tuck the pelvis under. Reach through the fingertips and then exhale, drop all the way down. Open the chest. Really feel the legs working here. The arch of the foot lifting. Inner thighs working. Breathing deeply, looking up at your fingertips. Inhale back to the center. Exhaling. Back bend. You feel a stretch right up through the front, the rib cage. Palms coming back to the floor. Step back into a plank position. This time we're going to ride it all the way down. And then inhale up dog. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. Bring your forehead to the floor. Coming into child posture. Breathing deep into the belly as you allow the lower back to open up. Just letting go. You're going to sit up. And bring your elbows underneath the shoulders, clasp your hands together, making that triangle shape. You do a little dolphin as we come all the way forward. Bring your nose to the floor, and all the way back again. Inhale forward, exhaling back. If you want to, you could take a little bit deeper, coming into full dolphin, straightening the legs. This makes it a little bit harder if you've got more weight coming forward into the upper body. Really strengthening through the shoulders and the upper arms. And then releasing. Sit back onto the heels, take your knees out wide, fingertips forward, and your belly relax between the thighs, forehead resting. Letting go. Tuck your chin. You can hear the breath, the Ujjayi breath. And your hips relax. Let's sit up. I'm going to sit back onto your heels. Bring your fingertips in towards you. Tuck the pelvis under. Tuck the chin. Squeeze everything out. And inhale. Open the belly. Let it go. And again, one more time. Squeeze everything out. Inhale, open. And again, exhaling. Gather that energy. Inhale and release. Going to sit onto the mat and bring the legs all the way out in front of you. Opening them out nice and wide. Keeping the legs straight, the knees pointed up to the ceiling, feet are flexed. Just moving around from side to side. Sit right up into your sit bones. Arms coming out to the side as you exhale, bringing your left hand to the right foot. Inhaling back to the center, and again exhaling opposite side. Looking behind you at your thumb. Coming into windmill position. You sit up strong, drawing the belly back to the spine. Exhale, reach all the way forward. Keeping the back long and straight, keeping the chin parallel to the floor. Keeping the core muscles active. And you feel that stretch in the inner thighs. Inhaling, just take the arms up overhead, and then exhale, fold forward from the hips. And bring the palms down to the floor, nuzzling yourself down there. Bring your forehead down towards the floor. Don't worry, it doesn't come all the way. You want to take your hands out, grab a hold of the feet, the ankles, or the calf muscles, and you can gently draw yourself a little bit closer to the floor. Inhaling all the way back up to the center. Bring your legs together, just shake them out. Going back onto the mat. Let's lift the right foot from the floor, then the left, coming into boat position. This is a really strong one for your abdominal muscles. You're resting on the sit bones, taking your arms out in front of you, or you leave the arms on the floor behind you if you're not feeling strong enough. And release. Let's come back into a downward facing dog. Spread those fingers wide, pressing into the palms. Inhale, right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right foot forward. Drop the knee and then reach all the way up to the ceiling. Exhaling, back bend. Inhaling, come into a vinyasa flow. And back into a plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sliding all the way through as you press into the palms. Exhaling, tuck the toes. Coming back into a downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling deeply. Inhaling, taking the left leg all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the foot forward between the hands. Drop the right knee to the floor. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back bend. Inhale all the way forward and coming into a plank position. Again, exhaling, knees, chest and chin. Chaturanga as you slide through and up into a cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, tuck the chin, push back into a downward facing dog. Pressing your heels down, tuck the pelvis under, pressing into the palms. Inhaling, coming forward into a plank position. Exhaling, ride it down, high to low push up. Bring your body down to the floor. Rest your chin on the mat, making a fist with the hand and placing them underneath you, right up into the groin area at the side of the pubic bone. As we inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, release, switching. Inhaling, lift and exhaling. Drop back down to the floor. Really feeling this gentle squeeze in the lower back and the buttocks. Releasing the palms, take your head to the right and relax. Breathe deeply into the lower back, feeling the back expand as you inhale and exhaling, letting go. Bring your chin back to the mat, taking both arms out in front of you. As we inhale, we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg, and then switching sides. So really feeling this nice stretch and compression in the lower back, strengthening that whole area. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling, release. And then just clasp your elbows, rest your forehead on the forearms, take the legs out wide behind you, coming into crocodile. So I'm going to breathe deeply into the belly, feel the belly pressing into the mat, pushing your hips forward. And then let's bring the legs back to the center. Bend the knees, grab a hold of the feet as you gently pull the heels in towards the buttocks, resting your head down on the mat. Feel that stretch right up the front of the quadriceps as you push your hips forward. And then release the legs, take your head to the left, and long deep breaths into that lower back, letting go. Bring your head back to the center, chin resting on the mat. Again, bend the knees and pull the heels into the buttocks. We're going to inhale fully, lift the head and the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you, opening the chest, drop the head, press the knees into the floor. Long deep breaths, and then release. Drop the head all the way back down, the legs down, take your head to the right. And again, breathing into the lower back, letting go. And bring your chin back to the floor. Bend the knees, gently pull the heels into the buttocks. Inhale fully. This time we're going to come up into the full bend. As you lift the knees, squeeze the shoulder blades, open the chest, dropping your head, look up at the ceiling. And here you could gently roll back and forward to rocking horse. And then release all the way back down to the floor. Bring your palms underneath the shoulders and push yourself back into a child posture, dropping your hips down to the heels, arms by the side. Letting go. Letting your hips sink deeper as you breathe into the belly. Are you ready for your final relaxation? So I'm going to grab a hold of an eye pillow. Or lying back onto the mat. As we inhale, take your arms up overhead. Exhale, nice and slowly. Take your spine back down to the floor. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, through the mouth. Tuck the pelvis under, tucking your chin slightly to relax the back of the neck. Open your legs as wide as the mat, letting your feet splay out to the side. Slide your shoulder blades all the way down the back. Just letting your whole body feel supported by the floor. As you let go of any of the thoughts, bringing your awareness to the breath. Just observing the breath entering and leaving the body. Letting go. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the forehead. Letting your ears relax. Relax the heart. Feel the rib cage relax. Relax the abdominals. Just letting your bones become heavy. Feel the muscles dropping away from the bones as you melt into the floor. Relaxing deeper with each exhalation. Just letting go. Bring your knees into the chest and gently circle the knees around in one direction and then the opposite direction, rolling over to the right side into fetal position, gazing into the heart, smiling from the back of your head, through the eyes. And slowly and gently pushing yourself up to a sitting position. Bring your hands into prayer. Namaste.